The People's Republic of China spans about 9.6 million square kilometers. It is the most populated country in the world, with more than 1 billion people residing within its borders. It is located in East Asia, and China consists of more than 22 provinces, where the city of Beijing serves as its capital. The landscape here varies from forests, plains, and dry deserts in the north near Mongolia. It also shares borders with Russia and subtropical forests in the south. The terrain in the west is rugged and is present at high altitudes. And it is where the Himalayas are located, which form China's natural border with India and Central Asia. Ancient Chinese civilization is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, flourishing in the fertile Yellow River Basin that flows through the North China Plain. Since the introduction of market-based economic reforms to the country, China has become the fastest-growing economy in the world, and it is the largest producer and exporter of items in the world, while also being the second-largest importer of products. The Chinese economy is the second-largest economy in the world in terms of GDP. The history of Islam in China dates back to older times, as the road of caravans, or what was known as the Silk Road, had an impact on the spread of Islam through Arab traders in the west of the country, as well as reaching it from the sea, where Islamic expeditions followed, and with Islam spreading from coastal areas towards the inlands. The People's Republic of China officially recognizes 56 ethnic groups, the largest of which is the Han Chinese ethnicity. This accounts for 91.9% of the total population. People here embrace different faiths and sects. There is a large number of Muslims here, with a population nearing 25 million people. But it remains insignificant in comparison to the nation's massive population. Pad Chai is the name used by the Chinese for the holy month of Ramadan. Muslims live out the holy month of Ramadan, performing its rituals in a way that is somewhat different from the rest of the Arab and Islamic countries. Ramadan days are marked by cultural, ethnic, and social integration, while neighborhoods of Muslim majority become adorned with charming and extraordinary details. Muslims around the world practice different lifestyles that often amazes everyone. Every town has special traditions for the month of Ramadan that is practiced by the people there, each forming a beautiful and unique scene. Experiencing Ramadan while in China has an exceptional meaning and is an experience inlaid with an Asian imprint, as well with scenes of faith and piety. The Muslims of this country greet the holy month with preparations that include the majority of the Muslim neighborhoods and extends to the homes, markets, centers, institutions, and religious bodies, which unite over iftar and fasting, performing obligations and prayers together, and spreading love and tolerance towards all aspects of society. with colorful lanterns, many of which are exported to the Arab and Muslim world by China, and with flags, decorations, and lights. Muslim neighborhoods prepare for the holy month of Ramadan. The markets here are filled with all the basic needs, starting with the Ramadan decorations, which has turned into a vast area of trade, which benefits the country with great economical flow during the holy month. To the basic needs associated with the month, ranging from sweets, spices, and ingredients, especially dates, juices, and drinks needed by the people to help them endure the thirst and heat of the weather here. The preparation and celebration inside the Muslim homes begin before the coming of the holy month by several days, and includes cleaning works for the roofs and walls of the homes, and decorating them with Quranic paintings, as well as preparing the necessary food needed for the Ramadan table. Mosques are also decorated with colored flags and are carpeted with new carpets, as well as having maintenance work done. Plans and programs are made for the virtuous days in preparation of opening doors to Muslims and non-Muslims alike during the month of Ramadan, where the imams hold councils before Ramadan, where religious lessons are offered to explain fasting and its importance, and to answer different questions about it, as well as encouraging solidarity and cooperation between Muslims. The oldest and most prominent of these mosques is Nujie in Beijing, the capital, which was built nearly 1,000 years ago. It seems to those who see it as a classical palace or a rural resort, reflecting the features of Chinese architecture from the exterior and the elements of Islamic architecture from the interior. This mosque can host and welcome many worshippers, and it is surrounded from all directions by buildings. It has a small sign written in both Chinese and Arabic on its entrance, which overlooks the main street. Several expansions were performed on the mosque. The emperor called it Ilai Paisi, which means House of Prayers, where the Muslims in the mosque uphold rituals and prayers and celebrations in the holidays and events, where it is crowded with believers during the holy month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan is an opportunity for Chinese Muslims to communicate with one another, visit family and relatives, and establish family meetings that create a warm atmosphere that is absent in many months of the year. With the arrival of Iftar time, the Muslims here drink tea and eat a few dates, in addition to watermelon, which is a main ingredient in the Chinese Ramadan cuisine because it helps quench their thirst. They eat it with some tea. They then perform the Maghrib prayers and complete the meal with the family. That includes various dishes in small quantities that fulfills those who are fasting without overindulging. Most of these dishes are mainly based on boiled rice, cooked by steaming. Grilled lamb is also one of the most famous foods among Muslims in China during the holy month of Ramadan. The banquet is not complete without desserts that are often made with dates and tropical fruits, such as a decadent cake that is made of date, raisins, dried apricots, sugar, and sesame, as well as varieties of pastries like baked knotted bread, which is a dough made of flour and eggs that is baked in the shape of a plexus. These dishes are ambassadors of love and joy that are exchanged by Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan. In the Great Mosque in the center of the capital of Beijing, and as in all mosques in the country, and just before the Maghrib prayer, Iftar banquets rich in various types of food are held during every Ramadan day. There are high rates of participation in which shop owners offer free Iftar meals for fasting people, especially patients, travelers, or the poor. Most Muslims bring food and drink with them from their homes that they share with their fasting brethren, in a scene that reflects the essence of the holy month and strengthens the solidarity and cohesion among the members of society. The good work is not limited to the establishment of God's banquets. Muslims here give more charity, money, clothing, as well as helping others, visiting the sick and looking after the poor and those in need. Ramadan is the month of goodness and blessings, and its religious value is present in all of the good deeds that are performed during this holy month. The Muslims are keen to comply with his saying, "In the name of God, the most gracious and the most merciful."
ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا.
True words have been spoken by Allah. After Muslims eat their iftar, it is time for the expected prayer, Tarawih prayers, which most of the Muslims of China, men or women, are keen to perform in the mosques, accompanied by their children, as they adhere to the religious education and principles since childhood. They fast, read the Quran, and accompany them into mosques where everyone performs Tarawih prayers with comforting souls and humbled hearts, with souls flying in the kingdom of God, seeking closeness to Him and seeking His satisfaction.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا
Suhoor, a main worship ritual here in China, and a staple meal preserved by the Muslims of the country. Although missing the Masaharati, it brings with it details that help the Muslim to complete the new day of fasting through consuming a light meal. It ends with the dawn prayer, or the Fajr prayer, and the reciting of the Holy Quran. The Muslims of China eagerly await for Eid al-Fitr. They joyfully prepare for it with popular celebrations in many regions and provinces. but it has special features in Ningxia and the predominantly Muslim province of Xinjiang. In the final days of Ramadan, cleaning and decorating begin within the streets and in the markets and inside the homes in preparation for the reception of relatives, visitors, and well-wishers, and in welcoming the imams and readers who are accompanied to the homes after Eid prayers to read the Quran and pray for good and blessing for the people of the house and for all Muslims. For this occasion, the people purchase gifts, sweets, and traditional clothes worn in the Eid prayers. Our journey in China is over. We shall meet in a new episode where we will learn about the habits, customs, and traditions of another people group through Ramadan in the Islamic world.